Hello, all. If you are watching this, that means that you are hopefully bundled up at home. So, today you are going to work on researching your first reason to support the fact that your amendment has the most essential rights. Um, in Calendar, you'll find a few things. You will find amendment debate samples that I'll discuss. You'll also find amendment debate resources I'll discuss as well. And then you should, of course, have your amendment debate research organizer. So you are going to be working to complete this part of your organizer. So the first thing you need to do is you need to decide what is the reason that your amendment is the most important. So I have some samples so that you can understand what it is that I'm looking for when you are trying to support your argument that your amendment is the most important. So the example that I have here is for the Sixth Amendment. Now we want to know why that amendment is important. So I've given an example here if I'm going to argue that it's the most important because it allows us to have a lawyer. So it says, this amendment is also very important because it gives citizens the right to have a lawyer and a notice of accusation. These two things may seem like they aren't a big deal, but they very much are. The framers found the notice of accusation to be a very important right because in Great Britain, people would be put in jail for years without knowing what they did. Also, the right to a lawyer is very important because everyone has the right to defend themselves to be proven innocent, no matter how guilty they may seem. Not giving someone a lawyer puts him or her at a much lower chance of winning if they have to defend themselves, which means the trial is unfair. So now I have research to support this point, okay? And I've mentioned the Gideon versus Wainwright case in our classes. So this one is from that case. It says in 1961, Clarence Gideon was arrested for breaking into the Panama City Pool Hall in Florida with the intent to steal money from the vending machines. When Gideon appeared in court, he asked to be given a court-appointed lawyer, but it was denied. Therefore, Gideon had no choice but to defend himself, I should say himself, and was found guilty with a sentence of 5 years in jail. After spending 1 year in jail and gaining knowledge on the court system, he sent a letter to the Supreme Court. He felt that he was denied the right to a lawyer and it wasn't a fair trial, and the Supreme Court agreed. So, right here, I have given you a background to the case and what his argument is. Now, I'm going to give some textual evidence. So, the court reasoned that a lawyer is fundamental. The court continued, in our system of justice, any person too poor to hire a lawyer cannot be assured a fair trial unless counsel is provided for him. This seems to us to be an obvious truth. Lawyers in criminal courts are necessities, not luxuries. So this is really strong evidence coming from a Supreme Court case, coming from experts in the law. But we have to explain what it means. So this shows how the court feels that everyone should have a lawyer to make sure the case is fair and how it's an essential right Americans have. Not giving people a lawyer or a notice of accusation are very serious matters that these rights address and protect. So this kind of breaks it down and how it might look in a paragraph form, but let's just talk about where these things might go. So this reason the amendment is important would go here, okay? This research to support your point would go here. Your textual evidence and explanation would go here, okay? So I've given one other example that would also be something that you could use if you are arguing for an attorney, and you can read that on your own if you would like to, okay? I have made a list of resources. Now this is not exhaustive, this is just to get you started for each of the amendments. Some of these resources have more than one. Some have a link to one place that has lots of them in there. So this can kind of give you a jumping off point of what you might look at to support your arguments for your amendment. I want to show you, I should have this up, but I forgot to have this up. So I want to show you a couple examples, and these are also in your calendar. This is from last year, and this is from a different debate that we did, controversial issues. It's not amendments, but you guys can see how detailed this person was in their research. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to have all of this information when it comes to your amendments, but this gives you an idea of what a good organizer looks like. And then this is an example of one that is not good enough. It is too weak. There's not enough information here. There's not enough textual evidence here, okay? So you want to shoot to be getting a lot of good details to support your argument and your reason for why your amendment is the most essential amendment. Your goal for today is to get that first reason completed. Do your best. I know that this is not easy. If you have questions, email me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But we can also work on it tomorrow as well. So enjoy your day at home, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Okay, bye.